Good morning. Today is Tuesday, November 22nd. My name is Damian White. I'm here with Todd Graff, and this is the Gold Spot. Today we're going to cover something that's been in the news predominantly for the last week, I would say, taking all the headlines, which is the collapse of the FTX cryptocurrency exchange. Company located out of the Bahamas. I think it was the largest bankruptcy in history. It went from $32 billion valuation to zero in 36 hours, and it snowballed very, very quickly. Todd, could you just bring a little bit of light on what exactly happened? Like, what does FTX do? How did this whole thing come about?
So FTX is a cryptocurrency exchange. They really haven't been out that long, only about less than 2 years. So they kind of came out of nowhere. And basically it's somewhere where either people send money to exchange for crypto or crypto to exchange for money. That's what the exchange is. And a lot of people left their cryptocurrency on the exchange. So, they thought they had Bitcoin that was held by this FTX company. That was their biggest mistake. It turns out that FTX, instead of keeping everybody's funds in cryptocurrency the way it's supposed to be, they were using this money for many different things. They're buying luxury real estate. They're also using it for political donations to the Democrat Party. So everybody that's been seeing a lot with midterms, a lot of that money that financed the Democrat Party came from FTX. There's a lot of different things that they've been using that money for, but the biggest point of all this is that people that thought they had cryptocurrency with this company all of a sudden realized that they couldn't withdraw any of their money, and they lost that money. You should think about who you trust with your money, who you trust with your assets. Who's the best custodian for your assets. And what we deal with, not only gold and silver, but physical precious metals, I think that's the safest way to invest right now, is make sure that you have control of your assets. Damien, I know you've been having a lot of clients recently that have been looking at gold and silver as ways to protect their assets. Can you add a little bit with that?
Yeah, well, I mean, absolutely. And people are definitely diversifying with what's going on in the world. But I think you're exactly right, where counterparty risk is a very big factor in this world with all the leverage and paper assets. There was, in regards to the FTX, there was no corporate governance, there was no transparency, there was no regulations. They were located offshore. I mean, all of those are red flags right away if somebody's holding you're holding your personal assets. So absolutely, when you're dealing with gold or silver, you possess it, and there is zero counterparty risk. And that's always been one of the best aspects of that as an investment, where now we're seeing with cryptocurrency, there are risks out there people are not familiar with, that it's very convoluted, and then you give it to some 20-year-old MIT guy who has his hand in the cookie jar, and you start to see the reverberations. I mean, we are going to see contagion from this. We've already seen it. There's other cryptocurrencies, Genesis, BlockFi, they're already filing bankruptcy because their assets were held on FTX, and we're starting to see some of even the venture capital firms, Sequoia, some of the big guys. I mean, they were investing. These are the smartest guys in the room, and they're investing in this basically on a story. And so, yeah, I mean, we're seeing this reverberations, and I don't think we're actually done seeing the fallout from this.
Right, I agree. I think there's going to be a lot more issues with counterparty risk and custodians that are not the best custodians of assets. It's a lot safer to have some of your assets in physical gold and silver in your possession, as opposed to trusting a kid in the Bahamas that he has the cryptocurrency that he says he does. So that's it for the Gold Spot. Join us next week.
Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving, and moral of the story is know where your money is.